The day my life changed forever started out like every other day. It was the same routine for the last 7 years. Ever since I had turned 10, I woke up at 6 a.m. I wake up at 6:15 on school days, but okay. Took a quick shower, tossed on my favorite black skinny jeans, a black Hollywood un a black Hollywood Undead t-shirt, my crimson hoodie, and my red and oh, this is gonna be a Jeff the Killer ripoff. I mean, they already displayed that her wardrobe is edgier than Shadow the Hedgehog. I pulled my long brown. Okay, at least it's not like multicolored. I pulled my long brown hair up in a ponytail, covered the bruises on my pale face with some makeup, grabbed my backpack for school, and woke up my 6-year-old little sister, Benna. Is that a real name? It doesn't sound like one. I quickly got her dressed. Do you not have parents? Do you have... I shouldn't joke about that because that actually is like a real situation. And I quickly got her dressed and ready for school. Fed her breakfast, not feed. Fed her breakfast and okay. Feed her breakfast and took her over to her babysitter. She doesn't have school? Luckily, her babysitter only lives a few houses down, so I had time to drop her off and rush back home to make breakfast for my parents. So you do have parents. Why are you making breakfast for them? Just like every day, I hope to have breakfast cooked and be out the door before my parents woke up, but once again, I was just a little too slow. This is Shadow the Hedgehog. As I finished cooking, my mother walked in and gave me her usual greeting. Oh, it's one of these stories with those types of parents. A punch to the stomach that dropped me to my knees and a swift kick in the ribs. Get your lazy ass up and clean up the mess you made in the kitchen, Shayla. Once again, that name, it doesn't exist. These are the worst parents ever, she said as she calmly sat down to eat the breakfast I had cooked. I nodded quickly and got to work on the kitchen, still hoping to get out of there before my father came down. Oh, the father. I'm just glad I am able to protect for a sec I thought this said banana. Able to protect Benna from our parents. As much as my mother's continual physical and emotional abuse it was nowhere near as bad as my father's quote-unquote punishments. I just had a punishment last night since mother had to work late and I didn't want to get another one after mother left for work. So I cleaned as fast as I could. Luckily that day I was able to get out before he came down. So for me it started out a better day than most. After catching the bus to school, I hurried to my locker. Once again I hoped that I could avoid Jeannie and her group. Jeannie, her boyfriend, Biff. It's Biff. Biff from ARMS. Hello, I am Biff. And welcome to the ARMS Grand Prix. Is that a good impersonation of Biff? Biff's friend Joel. Fine sauce, Joel. Is he gonna download middies? The ultimate bully. And Joel's girlfriend Roxanne. Isn't that one of the Pokemon gym leaders? Were the biggest bullies in school. The captain and the quarterback of the football team. So of course in the teacher's eyes they could do no wrong. What? What kind of school is this where football players have superiority? They had bullied me ever since 3rd grade, and the abuse from them got worse every year. I quickly grabbed my books for the first half the day and started walking as quickly as I could without running to English class. Luckily, I made it to class without being caught. Unfortunately, I knew there would be no hiding from them after school. They had made sure of that the day before when they caused me to get detention. Jeannie had been beating beating me. You really could have used beating me up, because that just sounds sexual. Beating me in the girls' locker room after gym class, and when she heard someone come in, she rammed her head into the locker and screamed. So of course everyone believed that I had been attacking her. I tried for years to tell the teachers and the principal what really happens between Jeannie, her friends, and me, her friends and I, but of course they never believed me. No one ever believed me, probably because I have a couple of disorders that make people think I'm a freak. It's not my fault that my eyes are two different colors. What does that have anything to do with anything? My right eye is a piercing light blue. We don't care about what color your eyes are. This is just adding to the edge. Like the color of a Siberian husky's eyes. My left eye is a bright emerald edge. I also can't help that I was diagnosed with Tourette's syndrome when I was 10. Shortly after my older sister, Rebecca, and I were in a car accident. What? How do you get? I don't know much about disorders. How do you get Tourette's from a car accident? I survived without any physical damage, but my sister didn't, and my parents always blamed me for that. I can't help the twitching that happens, or the spontaneous low-pitched, sinister-sounding giggles that freak people out. I know about the twitching, but I never heard of the giggles. Anyway, the day went on like usual. People either ignored me or made fun of me. At lunch, I sat in the library by myself. Edgelord. I never ate lunch at school. What are you? Anti-food? That was dumb. I apologize. My parents wouldn't let me take a lunch, nor would they give me money to buy lunch. Well, at our school, they have, like, this weird system about buying lunch. I don't know if I'm allowed to share it. After school, I went to detention. Why? No one else was there today, so I had plenty of time to do my homework. I knew that I wouldn't be able to do it tonight. Mother and father would be waiting for me to come home from detention so they could beat me again. I knew that Benna would already be in bed by the time I got home, and I hoped that mother and father didn't hurt her while I wasn't there. I just hoped that mother didn't leave me alone with father again like the last time I got detention. I didn't think I could take father's punishment 2 days in a row. I was still sore from the night before. That's some hot bars you're spitting. Why did you stop there? I really hated my life. If it wasn't for my need to protect Ben, I keep thinking it's gonna say banana, I would have run away a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. After detention, I tried to make a run for it, but as soon as I left school ground, Biff and Joel grabbed me and dragged me into the nearby woods. Oh, don't tell me this is where I think it's gonna go. I much prefer they find $1 in the woods than what I think is gonna happen. I tried to scream and struggled to get away, but Joel punched me in the face and I lost consciousness for a few minutes. Well, I was about to say, how is he that strong? But then I remembered he's a football person. What? Shut up, I know how to talk. When I woke up, I found myself laying in a small clearing in the woods. I knew this clearing. I had come out here a few times, only few times to escape from my life for a while. I was only about a 15-minute walk from home. Okay, so we know I'm just gonna imagine that she's just a walking sidewalk. I thought that if I could just get away, I could make it home before they caught me again. But then I saw Jeannie and Roxanne. I knew I couldn't get away from all of them. Well. Sorry. What do we have here? I need to put subtitles. I don't think I don't think I was comprehensible. Jeannie's shrill voice was so irritating as she smirked over at Roxanne, Joel, and Biff. Looks like the freak tried to run again. Well, boys, I think it's time to get rid of that eyesore, don't you? What eyesore, don't you? Why'd you add don't you? Roxana chimed in as she handed Joel... Oh, that was Roxana. I'm not gonna redo that line, I'll just come up with a different voice later. Roxana chimed in as she handed Joel and Biff large curved skinners. What? Why? The faint light from the setting sun made the blades gleam a menacing orange. Thanks, babe. You know, I don't know if I can do Kermit. I'll try. Thanks, babe. No, that's not Kermit at all. Thanks, babe. You and Jeannie should head back to set up for the party tonight. Biff and I can handle this little slut. Okay, so you may be wondering why I'm switching back to the blurry face cam. Well, originally I was gonna decide to read the rest of this story in January, but then I decided that I'll actually do multiple parts, and to fit it into the 12-day schedule, the 5th part is going to be a live stream, because this story has 12 chapters. Okay, so where did I left off? Joel chuckled as he sat on my stomach. Was this fan fiction? And almost playfully ran the blade down the right side of my face, causing a shallow wound. I could feel the blood running down my cheek into my hair. Well, I mean, her head is upside down. The edge. And I started twitching. Oh man, what were you streaming? My involuntary muscle spasms made Roxanne and Jeannie laugh. Well, have fun, boy. Don't you mean boys? Just remember to clean up before you come to this party. What? It's like, mother, make sure you clean up this mess or else you'll get grounded. Skink. I'm not gonna read that. Jeannie said as she and Roxanne left. There was a silence for a few before Joel smirked up at Biff. You thinking what I'm thinking, bro? Joel asked. Yeah, let's have some fun with the little slut before we kill her. Oh geez, they're gonna kill her. Biff's eyes were full of lust as he looked at me before turning and starting to walk away. You go ahead first, Joel. I know how much you love it when they fight back. I'll be over there. Call me when you're done. Man, sure thing, bro. These two people are about to murder someone, and they're, like, talking jock talk. Is that a thing, jock talk? What? I lost my place. Joel said with a grim chuckle. Now then, let's see what you hide under that hoodie of yours. As Joel started to rip my hoodie off, I started to struggle as my twitching got worse. They are going to punish me like father did, then kill me. If I died, what happened to me could happen to my little sister. All the years of torture and anguish flooded through my mind as I struggled. The anger and hatred I felt for everyone but my little Once again, I thought they were going to say banana. Bill, and I suddenly felt stronger than I ever had before. The small voice in the back of my mind that would whisper to me in my dreams was suddenly loud and clear. They should all just die. We don't have to take this anymore, Shayla. Stop being weak and fight back. Kill them. Kill them all. Oh boy, I wonder who this voice is. And for once I did as she said. Never mind, who is this? In a move too fast for Joel to counter, I rolled my hips and pinned him under me. Before he could call out to Biff for help, I sank my teeth into his throat and ripped it out. Ripped what out? Taking his voice Oh, it's the title of the story. Haha. Taking his voice box with a large chunk of his throat. Once again, it's cliched. He gurgled as his blood rushed out and the light started to fade from his eyes. The taste of his bloody vocal cords was so cannibalism. That's bad. So delicious that I sighed with pleasure as I devoured the delectable. Oh my god. I had never tasted anything so exquisite in my life. Is this a food review or a creepypasta? As I got off Joel's lifeless body, I noticed the skinner on the ground and picked it up. The blade really was beautiful. Good job. Should the voice have a voice? Good job. I don't know. Good job, Shayla. That's my good, sweet girl. Now we just have to get rid of Biff and those so-called parents of ours. Ours? What? We'll leave the bitches for another day. I got up silently and walked in the direction Biff had gone. The twitching in my face and neck slowed down, and I knew it wouldn't be long before they stopped and the giggling started. So I went as fast as I could while staying silent. I crept up on Biff as he leaned against a tree. I smirked when I saw that Biff had his pants down. What does that have to do with the story? Around his thighs, and he was moaning Oh. 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 Well then. I see. I understand. Yeah. Cool. Epic story. Nice job, whoever wrote this. I crept up on Biff as he leaned against a tree. I smirked when I saw Biff has... Oh no, I already read that part. His eyes were closed, so I snuck up on him and grabbed the other skinner he had left on the ground. His eyes shot open as I pressed one of the cold blades to his neck, and a look of horror came over his face as he saw me. I started giggling in a low, sinister tone as I smirked at him. Biff, Biff, Biff. It looks like we caught you at a bad time. Sans 24-6. I whispered in his ear as I continued giggling. When he tried to move, I pressed on the blade a little harder, causing blood to flow down his neck. Isn't that normal? Then I lifted the other skinner so that he could see it and slowly lowered it down to his now deflated manhood. Ugh. Oh dear, it seems you're not happy to see us right now. What? We thought you wanted to have a little fun with us, but guess you're not in the mood. That's all right though. We don't think you're going to need this anymore. With a quick flick of my wrist. Oh. Was she doing the boy? Oh, that'll show him. With a quick flick of my wrist, I severed off the head that did Biff's dick. Okay, is she talking... She said a flick of her wrist, so is she talking about the cleaver or her hand? Because if so, that's one strong hand, and that's... She doesn't deserve that. Both the voice in my head and I giggled as he let out an agonized scream. I was still a little hungry and was tired of playing with the piece of shit in front of me. When was that established? In this universe, you turn into shit when you die. So while he was screaming and crying, I took the Skinner that had stolen his manhood and pierced his skull right between the eyes and into his brain. The brain. When he fell to the ground, I sank my teeth into his neck. Is this woman a vampire? Actually, no. I have a feeling it's gotta be the end of the story. She's gotta be like, ooh, I'm a vampire. And tore out his vocal cords too. I moaned in ecstasy. Amazing story. I love this. I don't think you guys know how much I love this story. As I savored my new favorite tweet. Come now, Shayla. It's time to take care of the trash at home. Is that like COD fanboy trash talk? Okay, I thought to the voice in my head as I headed home. So do you have a name? It would be awkward to call you, hey you, when I talk to you. You can call me... Oh, it's the title of the story. You can call me Voicebox. You know, you really should have listened to... You really should have listened to me years ago when your father started punishing us. Why are you saying us? I'm sorry, Voicebox. I couldn't hear you clearly until just now with Joel. I understand Shayla, dear, but you hear me now, and that is what is most important. I will never let anyone hurt you ever again. Whenever you need me, I will be there. Thank you, Voicebox. We will have to run after we kill Mother and Father. What are the parents' names? Are they just not gonna say it? What should we do about Benna? Okay, this time I didn't think it was gonna say banana. I thought it was gonna say Brenna. We will take her to Grandmama and Grandpapa. That's not what I call my grandparents. They are the only ones who can trust to keep Benna safe. Oh, only ones we can trust to keep Benna safe. They would be appalled at what our parents have done to us if they knew. We finished the walk in silence. I decided to wait for Mother and Father to go to bed before killing them. As much as I want to make them suffer for everything they had done, I also just wanted to get rid of them, get Benna to our grandparents, and get out of here. Besides, there was always the chance that they could scream and alert the neighbors or wake up Benna, and that was a risk I wasn't willing to take. Finally, finished chapter 1. But that's only 1 out of 12. Okay, see you next time when we do chapter 2, and... What is this? Oh, can it focus? I don't think it can. My camera's like blurry. I think there's something on the lens, but... God damn it. See you next time, chapter 2.